back here with just a little short video about Celephais. I just threw this together really quick, so forgive me if I skip or it doesn't make sense at places. I just want to move on to the next stories in my progression here. Um, since I began searching Lovecraft's writing for dreams and visions, I've come to a greater appreciation of the relationship dreams have with storytelling. The ancient Celts had an appreciation of this relationship, and the relationship between dreaming and storytelling is even more mysterious, or I should say misunderstood, since some people think that they know, to modern minds than it was to ancient Celts. Truly great poetry, art, storytelling all come from the same place. That place in us that dreams and was created in dream before even the dream of self and other. From this place spring fantasies, prophecies, and unique creations. Only after we've returned these images, these words, these impulses back to this source, then we can appreciate what is happening. With this in mind, I read Celephais once again. In a dream, Coronis saw the city in the valley and the seacoast beyond, and the snowy peak overlooking the sea, and the gaily painted galleys that sail out of the harbor toward distant regions where the sea meets the sky. In a dream it was also that he came by his name of Coronis, for when awake he was called by another name. Some people who watch my videos may think that it's odd that I keep stating that Lovecraft is inserting autobiographical information in so many of his stories. It's really difficult for me to see things otherwise. Consider the next few words about our protagonist dreamer. Perhaps it was natural for him to dream a new name, for he was the last of his family and alone among the indifferent millions of London, so there were not many to speak to him and to remind him who he had been. As mentioned in previous videos, HPL was also the last of his family. And although Lovecraft did not live in London, what better place for a dreaming Anglophile to dream of? His money and lands were gone, and he did not care for the ways of people about him, but preferred to dream and write of his dreams. This is about as autobiographical as it gets, and the link between dreaming and writing, or storytelling, is clear. Like a sample touched and cultured in a dish, powerful dreams will cause a change in nature in the reader. What he wrote was laughed at by those to whom he showed it, so that after a time he kept his writing to himself and finally ceased to write. The more he withdrew from the world about him, the more wonderful became his dreams, and it would have been quite futile to try to describe them on paper. Coronis was not modern, and did not think like others who wrote. Wilsay strove to strip from life its embroidered robes of myth, and to show in naked ugliness the foul thing that is reality. Coronis sought for beauty alone. When truth and experience failed to reveal it, he sought it in fancy and delusion, and found it on his very doorstep, amid the nebulous memories of childhood tales and dreams. There are not many persons who know what wonders are open to them in stories and visions of their youth, for when as children we listen and dream, we think but half-formed thoughts, and when as men we try to remember, we are dulled and prosaic with poison of life. But some of us awake in the night with strange phantasms of enchanted hills and gardens, of fountains that sing in the sun. And then we know that we have looked back through the ivory gates into that world of wonder which was ours before we were wise and unhappy. Our dreamer Coronis has nostalgic dreams, which start in the village that he was born in, and make their way through the void of dreams and half-dreamed dreams, then through the abyss into Celephais. Coronis has two dreams of Celephais, and after the second dream he wakes back in London and tries for months to return to Celephais. Coronis visits Lang and even visits, or rather leaves time and space, but can't seem to return to Celephais. In the end of the story, Coronis dies in our world, and his ethereal form is transported by knights to Celephais, and he serves there as its king and god. Coronis had created Celephais in life, and now lives there eternally, dead but dreaming. This brings to mind the quote that I made in my previous video on horror and lucid dreaming, where I quoted Shakespeare's Hamlet in saying, "What dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil." Um, like I said in that other video, this theme shows up quite often in Lovecraft stories, especially his Randolph Carter stories, which I'll go over later on. But we also see that it relates to the concept of dead but dreaming, where we have that quote in the Necronomicon where Cthulhu is dead but dreaming, and again I'll go over that in later videos. This has been a short video. I haven't put that much effort into it, but still, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll be having more videos to come, and I'll keep you updated on the channel.